guys, what's up? I'm here at Tim's shop. Want to replace my front brake pads for Maserati Gransport 2006. So I'm gonna go to racetrack in July, so I want to get everything prepared. Alright, let's see how it goes. So what are you doing today?
So we're gonna do the brake job on Mr. Anton's Gransport V8 Maserati. It's a 2006, so we're gonna just do the front brakes to get it ready for track day.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's easy.
Alright.
Okay. So.
Any day now?
Yeah. So we're gonna just kind of do a little inspection and see how everything is going before we do the brake job. And if you want to come over here, so this is this is the caliper and the rotor, if somebody is not aware about that, but these are where the brake pads are sitting, and this mechanism holds those brake pads in to the caliper. So when the brake fluid is going in here from the reservoir, it pushes the pistons in onto each pad evenly, and then it does braking like this, and then it obviously slows down the car, hitting the rotor over here. So you can see this one's a cross-drilled rotor, so it disperses the heat outwards this way and this way too.
Alright.
And yes, for Maserati. And this is a 4-piston caliper. Some of the bigger sports cars are 6-piston calipers. Just depends on the weight and the size of the engine too.
So this one is 4?
4-piston, yeah. Yep. So we're gonna take it apart and replace the brakes for some race spec. Sorry, I'm blanking.
Pads?
Brake pads.
Good stuff.
Okay. So first of all, we need to organize our tools, and it's a little unorganized here, but that's fine.
What's going on?
So these are kind of some simple tools. You always want to have the right tools, and this tool is gonna pop out these pins, and then we use the hammer here. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, I first put, if you want to see on the top of the reservoir up there, that's where the brake fluid is. So that's open.
So what is this thing doing?
So that's making it so the brake fluid doesn't go spilling out into the car and into the engine compartment, just to make it safe. But it's also so it allows it to breathe and have movement instead of pressure on that on the cap here.
That's it.
Yeah. So we pop that off. Generally, when you would do a brake fluid flush, you would have a brake fluid reservoir and then pumping through the brake fluid. But at this time, we're not going to do that because it's only 2% of moisture in the brakes, so it should be fine for now.
Alright.
Okay, so we hammer out these pieces here. So this is the piece, and it's basically a spring, and then these two pins put pressure on it. Okay, so we'll set these down. And then the last one up here. So then only on one side, generally on cars, they have the sensor, and that was on the driver's side. If you want to come over here. No? Okay. So basically, this is the sensor on the driver's side. So that just shows the wear sensor. So this side's already been done, but then we just put it back in there, and then it will ideally show a light when you need new brakes. Also, while we're at it, on this side you can see this one has a little bit of a lip, and then you would check to see if it has a greater lip. Most likely you want to replace the rotors every 2 set of brake pads, depending on your driving style. Or if you're going to take it to the track all the time, then you want to reconsider that.
Alright, good stuff.
Okay, so on this side, what we're first going to do, you generally leave one brake pad, old one, in there, and then you pull out one at a time, so then the pistons don't get pushed out too much, because you don't want them to get popped out, and if the seal breaks, then kind of screwed. Then you have to order a whole new caliper. And I've experienced that firsthand.
I heard the story, it happened to somebody.
Okay, so we're going to be nice to the calipers so we don't hurt the paint. So I use this and size it for there. So that's pushing also the fluid back up to the reservoir. So that's why we put the paper towel up there. Also, what you could do is you could essentially put the brake fluid reservoir in there, so then it just squirts back into the reservoir. But this is a good way as well. So on this side, now this is the first brake pad that we're pulling out. And you can see generally when the sensor is sitting here, this is going to be, I think, probably 50% gone off of the brakes, maybe a little bit more, depending on how soft material this is or how thin they were originally. But yeah, these are most likely a softer material versus now the red coating ones. These are hard material, and they're I think carbon ceramic ones. So yeah, they're the red stuff, ceramic, made in the UK. So then we also inspect, and there's a little something in there. But what I also do is just push in the pistons, use some sometimes it's best just to put them back in and push it a little bit further in. Okay. So let's try out this guy. Let's see if it fits in there. It needs a little bit more. Okay, so now it's pretty flush on this side. You see this one's now pushed back, and so if I would have taken this one out and pushed those ones in, then the pistons on this side would have popped out too far. So that's why it's best to do leaving one in at a time.
Good stuff.
Okay, so we're gonna put in the brake disc, and now it fits in smoothly. And just you align them there, so the holes here go in perfectly. Then we're gonna swish these ones and then put the pressure on this side. Okay. Okay. So let's test it down and see. And we need to push them back in a little bit more. So out of here. Okay. Okay, so all the holes are aligned. This one we don't need a sensor, so it's good. And also we should test to see if it's moving smoothly, which is good.
So sensor only on one side?
Yeah, only on the driver's side.
Oh, okay.
Generally, I mean, because it's gonna be an even wear on both of the axles, or on one axle, it's gonna be generally an even wear unless something is default or defective of the brakes. So it's best they just put it on one side.
Alright.
Okay. So we'll put back the spring. And you see this end goes outside of the car, facing the outside of the car. Okay, so I started off so it goes into the right hole. And then I'll do this one. Okay, so then I have this pin tool that hammers them in perfectly. And you'll probably hear a difference of hammering in a little bit. And that tells you it's hitting the aluminum or steel there, and then that's when you know that it's perfect level. There you go. And that's it for the brakes. So it's ready to go.
All done, ready for the track day. Excited. All right, thanks, man.
Sure.
See you next time.
Yeah, have a good one.